Deja vu, day 2, test driving the E60 M5 that is France bound. And we've made a little bit of progress. We've identified about 10 points that need to be improved or repaired or otherwise presented to the customer before delivery. We got about 4 of those knocked off today, easy stuff. So the new headlights were not yet aimed, headlights are now aimed and perfect. We had an airbag and seatbelt light yesterday because the airbag and steering wheel were removed with the battery still connected to the car, which goes against my protocol, but shit happens. So we cleared those codes, they do not return. Those are 2 things that have been addressed. Nextly, driver's door. We're missing the screw. It was missing before, we didn't lose it, but can't really tell on real OEM. Hiding in the shadows here, we left this little plastic cap off, but there should be probably a Torx 25 or a T30 in there. So we need to figure that out. And then in the same area, this lock rod here is bent. And maybe you can see from that angle, it's pointed towards the glass too much. So the panel's gonna have to come back out. We either straighten that out or replace it based on availability and pricing. Clutch pedal just grazes the side of the clutch master cylinder as you press it to the floor. If you press it in towards the firewall and to the right, I don't know where that last clip cut off, but it brings me to my next point. CarPlay took over. And I thought, oh good, is it working again? So I come in here and look. No, CD is still grayed out. You cannot select it. So I'll just level with you. I'm billing 2 hours of time to install the CarPlay unit in this car. And we're on hour 22 or 23 now. And this is why shops don't make millions of dollars, because stuff like this, I can't bill 23 hours to install a unit. And it didn't take 23 hours to install. It took 2.5 to 3 hours to install. And the remaining 19 hours have been in just getting it to work. So the instructions that came with this thing, it's the Mr. 12 volt for CCC computers. This is an 08 M5. The physical installation is fairly straightforward, but everything that it came with is blatantly wrong, down to the position of the dip switches on the unit itself, which is behind the CID, the nav display, to the right of that center. It's not Lexicon. What is that called? Logic 7 sound system that's in this car. So it's stuffed back in there. It barely fits, but it does. Dip switches have been adjusted. There's 4 of them. So 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Do that math. That is how many different combinations there are. We finally found one that worked. Some of the instructions say you have to code the CD changer on. Other ones say you have to code it off. So we've tried both. The CD changer, should this car be equipped with it, which it is not, would be right there. You'll see we have a blank panel in there instead. So it was coded off. I coded it on. And for days, it just said CD grayed out. You could not get into the Mr. 12 volt. Why do I need CD? Because it presents itself on the bus network, on the most bus, as a CD changer. And with that coded out, it's not even looking for a device at that bus location. So I coded it on. Days and days and days of research, trying all the switches, rewiring, try this, try that, thinking maybe the unit's bad. By the way, I did reach out to Mr. 12 Volt for support. They said, oh yeah, we sell the product for the CCC system. We don't support it. We offer no technical support for that. So wonderful company. Then after a couple of days, it just lit up one day and it worked, but we had no display. So that's when we took the unit back out, played with the dip switches, got a display. We're able to connect the Bluetooth and verify that at least in the short term in the shop, it was functional. Fast forward to yesterday, we're test driving the car. After about 10 to 12 to 15 minutes, it disappears and it just gets this little wheel of death that goes around and around and around saying connecting to CarPlay, and it never does. You have to turn the car off, let the module sleep, turn it back on and reconnect, at which point it will work for another 10 or 15 minutes. Looking at the stored fault codes in the car this morning, we had one for missing CD changer. Then I'm thinking to myself, okay, the E39 goes out, it has this watchdog that makes all modules on the CAN bus or iBus, whatever bus it's on, the infotainment bus report every 20 minutes. And if a module fails to communicate, if that's the Mark IV, the Mark III, the Mark II, 16x9, 4x3 board monitor, BM53, CD43, C43 radio, whatever it is in the car is not communicating, then it just turns itself off. Then you can turn it back on and it will work for another 20 minutes. In the E60 case, that timer may be 12 or 15 minutes, and it's looking for a CD changer that isn't there, and then it just kills the CarPlay with Mr. 12 volt. And it shouldn't be called Mr. 12 volt. I think Mr. 12 minutes is much more applicable. So long story short, I followed some guidance from some forum posts today and coded out the CD changer. Not only by going into CAPPL or CCC computer and selecting NEAT active and then writing an SG code Deeren command, but changing the vehicle order and writing that new vehicle order to the LMA and the CAS, and then writing blank FSW, PSW.man files to those respective modules. So it's a proper code out of the CD changer. Not only do you remove, I think it's S672A, you have to add 694A, which is preparations or provisions for 6-disc changer. So it knows that, okay, I'm wired for it, but I don't have it. Well, today, even before I made these additional changes, CD went gray again, and I cannot get to it. The module's on, it's powered on, it connects to my phone. I see it under Bluetooth devices. The car can't see it. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I'll just drive it for a few days like this, then code everything back on and see what happens. But it seems to be extremely intermittent or best. And at the end of the day, this is not a product that I'll be recommending to my customers. When I make a product or sell a product, I go out of my way to provide support for that, both at a technical and documentation level and a customer support, phone call, email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, whatever the hell it is. Support what you sell and answer questions for people. And it's maddening, it's frustrating. People ask the dumbest questions. They don't read anything you sent them. Then they call you and expect you to read what you sent them over the phone. But at the end of the day, it provides for an enhanced customer service experience, an enhanced product experience, when the person who makes or distributes the product actually stands behind it and supports it. And we just don't see that from Mr. 12 Volt. So maybe there's some alternatives. I'll do some more research. I would hate to start over, but it may be the only course of action left. We're making some pasta inside. We're going to continue trying to introduce these cats tonight and making them not fight. Neither one of them are aggressive animals, but animals have a bit of a turf thing that we have to overcome. So 8:10 early sign off for me. I'll talk to you tomorrow, already Friday. Good night.